thousands of qualified, highly skilled participants. So what's the reason? They're black.
We have some big news right now. The United States military is no longer going to be recruiting at a prestigious Black Engineering Awards event following Donald Trump's anti-DEI executive order. According to military.com, the United States Army and other service branches will no longer be recruiting this year at the Black Engineer of the Year Awards, or BEYA, B-E-Y-A.
The next time I hear any one of you mouth breathers that voted for this pompous asshole say that he is not racist, he just finished passing into law that the military will now drop recruiting efforts at prestigious Black Engineering Awards event.
This is actually wonderful news, folks. This is what I'm gonna tell you how. So that guy's reporting. Please go back and watch the whole thing. That guy's reporting about the United States military under bitch ass Trump, saying they're not coming to a specific event where the best and brightest in a certain category of, I believe it's probably math, science, architect, things of that nature, right? Engineering, all the military shit, right? They're not going there to recruit. And I love it. Why do I love it? For one, that's less black folks in the gears of our military, which is just a death military. We don't do too much good with our military, right? Not too much, okay? Number two, we, the black community, already said we're bowing out. We can't just bow out when it's negative shit. We bow out all the time under every circumstance. And Trump, I was going to say they, it wasn't they. Trump just allow us a gracious bow out by saying don't even show up. Good. We don't want our children in your military. Good. We need those minds in black owned businesses and thriving. We need that. That's a very good way, folks, of stepping back and minding our business, black community. Those who may have thought they were going to the military, now they may have to adjust a little bit, and it won't be hard for them because they're highly intelligent, right? They have to adjust, and many of their minds will go to, well, if you don't want me, I don't want to work for you. And they go into black-owned businesses, or starting their own, or collabing with students that they met over the years that have the same mentality, but their skill is a little different, and then that skill is a little different, but when they come together, it's amazing. That's what they're doing. My bad. I keep on saying they. That's what Trump is doing for the black community right now.
So the military said they finna stop recruiting from the Black Engineer of the Year Award event after Trump got rid of the DEI program. So they getting rid of diversity, period, and they starting at the top and going down. And that's all right. They just trying to build the most powerful white nation that they can. That's all that is. That's all this country was ever meant to be. So it don't matter if you're the descendant of a slave or the descendant of the merchants that came over here or either of the native people. It don't matter. If we get assigned to go somewhere where it's a whole lot more of us, like Africa got 980 million people that look like us, Haiti, Jamaica, Brazil, then we need to go. All that fighting over this and fighting with them, that shit no, we need to go. Fuck all that shit. We need to.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Robi Masaga. Today we need to talk about something big. The US military has decided to stop recruiting a prestigious black engineering event. And this is because of Trump's executive order banning the DEI programs. Now, this raises a lot of questions. Why would they stop recruiting black engineers? What does Trump's executive order really mean? And most importantly, is this discrimination, or could it actually be good news for black people? Black people have been fighting for America since the very beginning. During the Revolutionary War, thousands of black soldiers risked their lives for a country that still enslaved many of them. Even though they were denied freedom, they fought for the idea of it. In the Civil War, more than 200,000 black men joined the Union Army, fighting to end slavery even when they weren't fully considered citizens. Black soldiers have also played a major role in both World War I and World War II. Black soldiers were also heavily involved in the Vietnam War. Even though they made up a small percentage of the US population, they were disproportionately drafted and sent to the front lines. Time and time again, Black people have fought and died in wars for a country that did not protect them at home. And now, after all that sacrifice, the US military is pulling out of Black recruitment programs.
Thousands of qualified, highly skilled participants. So what's the reason? They're Black. Are they qualified? Yes. Are they highly skilled? Yes. Are they sought after? Yes. Would they benefit the military? Yes. But because they're Black, this is where the rubber hits the road, folks. It's that, are they skilled? Yes. But are they Black? Yes. Disqualified. We're not even going to look at them. We're not going to seek them. We're not going to try to recruit them because they're Black. In spite of the fact that they're qualified. In spite of the fact that they have a specialization, a skill set that is wildly needed by our government. But because they're Black, they're not being hired. And we're going to finish with that quote I read earlier. It's fucking racist, one active duty Army general told military.com, on the condition of anonymity to avoid retaliation. For the Army now, it's Blacks need not apply, and it breaks my heart. That's not coming from me. That's not coming from me, critics who said, oh, Donald Trump's not in for the segregation. You're just lying. You're a libtard. Hurt me there. A U.S. Army general, someone who, he hadn't been there, they hadn't been there, whatever they are, woman or man, hadn't been there for 15 minutes. They've likely been there for 30 years. They are also a subject matter expert. YouTube troll. You are not. You are an armchair moron who supports a fascist. You're just lying, libtard. Fantastic. I stand by my earlier video from February 6th, and I'm adding to the pile of evidence here.
I don't know whether to be happy or be upset. Honestly, in my opinion, I just feel like this really was not our war to fight to begin with. We were dragged into this shit, if you really want to be technical with it. I feel like we were dragged into shit that we ain't had no business being dragged into when it came down to the war.
Trump's executive order is not just about ending the DEI, it's about erasing the little progress Black people have made in the institutions like the military. DEI exists because of systemic racism. It was never about excluding anyone, but rather about correcting decades of discrimination. Before DEI, Black engineers struggled to get hired in top companies. Before DEI, Black soldiers were often overlooked for promotions. Before DEI, Black students had to work twice as hard to get the same opportunities as others. Now, with this executive order, the military is choosing to walk away from the BIA conference, a space where some of the brightest Black engineers in the country gather. For years, the military has used this event to recruit highly skilled Black professionals, but now they're stepping back. This move sends a message. Black talent is not a priority. If the military truly values skills and excellence, why would they remove themselves from an event that showcases some of the best Black engineers in the country? The answer is simple. This is about pushing Black people out while pretending it's about fairness. At first glance, these moves seem like a major loss for Black professionals. It is clear that this is discrimination, but at the same time, this could be an opportunity for Black people to rethink their relationship with the military. The truth is, the US military has never fully protected Black soldiers. Throughout history, Black soldiers have been sent into the most dangerous combat roles. They've been given fewer opportunities for promotions compared to their white counterparts. Even after serving their country, many Black veterans have struggled with homelessness, mental issues, and a lack of government support. If the military is no longer focusing on recruiting Black people, that means fewer Black soldiers are being sent to war. It means fewer Black families will lose their loved ones in conflicts that do not directly benefit them. It means fewer Black veterans coming home with PTSD or physical injuries, only to be ignored by the same system they fought for. This could be a blessing in disguise. Instead of joining the military as a way out, Black people could start focusing on building their own opportunities. If fewer Black men and women enlist, that means more of them will be at home, working towards generational wealth, education, and community development instead of fighting for a country that does not fight for them. For years, Black families have watched their sons and daughters go to war, sometimes never seeing them again. Maybe now, instead of Black families risking their lives for a government that does not value them, they can focus on strengthening their own communities. This move by Trump's administration is undoubtedly racist. It is another attempt to erase Black people from spaces where they rightfully belong. But at the same time, this could be a wake-up call. For too long, Black people have looked for acceptance in institutions that were never built for them. For too long, they have fought wars for a country that has not protected them in return. For too long, Black labor, talent, and sacrifice have been used to build America while receiving little in return. Instead of seeing this as a loss, maybe it's time to see it as a shift in perspective. Maybe it's time for Black people to stop looking for a seat at the table and start building their own. The military has always been seen as a way to achieve success. But what if there were better ways? What if the focus shifts to Black entrepreneurship, Black education, and Black economic empowerment? America has made it clear that it will always prioritize white power structures over Black contributions. But that does not mean Black people need to keep fighting for inclusions. There are other paths to success that do not require risking lives for a government that sees Black bodies as disposable. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Do you see this as discrimination, or do you think it is actually a blessing in disguise? Should Black people continue to join the military, or is it time to walk away completely? Let me know on the comments, guys, and also remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time, stay safe.